Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Ronin. I'm your host, Matt McNally. Whether you're joining us live on Zoom or Twitch or after the fact on YouTube, welcome. We're happy to have you. Quick breakdown of the rules. 1, we are an honor code trivia. You keep your own score. Feel free to cheat. You get nothing. 2, after each question, you're going to get 35 seconds to answer because this is Smarty Pants Trivia. Don't show your answer until the time is up. If you're joining us on Twitch, show your answer with about 5 seconds left. You all know the drill at this point. Tonight, 30 questions, 20 of them written, 10 of them are going to be Wayla. At the end, we got a 10-point story. Welcome back. It's October, the spookiest month of the year. We're going to do October-themed stories. It's going to be a lot of fun. Without further ado, let's play Trivia Ronin. Question number 1. Question 1, what two activists held a bed-in for peace in the year 1969? 35 seconds. Name them both, please. Name them both. What two activists? Perhaps they're known for things other than being activists. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't lose everyone on Twitch. But hi, Twitch. I did stop streaming for a second. But I'm back from outer space. What two activists held a bed-in for peace in the year 1969? And if you're an activist lying in bed, what do they call you? A pacifist. Nailed it. 2-1. Indeed, Emily, you are right. So's everybody else. It was, of course, John and Yoko Lennon. John Lennon, Yoko Ono. Laid in bed, started peace. Maybe. I don't think it worked. Question 2. In 2005, this animated television show was the first to be brought back due to strong DVD sales and has stayed on the air ever since. 35 seconds. What show is that? Animated television program was canceled before we learned that there's no reason to cancel an animated show because it doesn't cost a lot. And stoned people will watch them on the couch. Question 2. In 2005, this animated television show was the first to be brought back due to strong DVD sales and has stayed on the air ever since. Hey, Lois, help me with this one. Ah, Simpsons, good guess. Simpsons has never left. But this one did. He's a family guy. Holy crap. I'm luckier than the state of Rhode Island. Question 3 goes like this. In 1863, Edward Everett gave a 2-hour speech to commemorate what cemetery before being upstaged by a 10-sentence address? 35 seconds. Poor Edward Everett. Emily, you're doing fine. That was a tough one. Edward Everett stayed up all night, writing a 2-hour speech. Then some ding-dong on a train wrote one in like an hour. That's the one we remember. I'm eating a Kit Kat, guys. Shout outs to Team Larry. Give the host candy. You got it, Emily. Nailed that one. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. That schlub being Abraham Lincoln. And the answer is Gettysburg. The Gettysburg Address, 10 sentences long. Starts with 4, ends with Earth. That's actually true. Those are the first and last words. Question 4, while the coupe has come back into fashion, what is the term for the tallest type of champagne glass? Let's not get into semantics here about, well, you could build a really tall coupe. What's the tall one called? A friend of mine, little side story here. A friend of mine in graduate school, he put the Gettysburg Address into Google Translate into Danish, and then he translated it back. Did it as a monologue. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. The ending line was, a government of the people, of the people, of the people shall not die ever. Show it! Yeah, they're called champagne flutes, of course. These are the ones most people have in their house. Less cabinet space. Come on. Question 5. In World War II, patriotic Americans were warned that loose lips do what? What do loose lips do? Pay money to see that. Uh-oh. Pay money to see loose lips? That's what the internet is for. WWII, patriotic Americans were warned. Loose lips do what? It sort of rhymes. Oh, the Friends thing. Yeah. It was very funny. It was very funny. Maybe I'll do it on here at some point. Yes, indeed. Of course, loose lips sink ships. Good to see everybody back. We know what we're doing. A few weeks off. We still know our trivia. Question 6. It's a 2-pointer. Massachusetts and Louisiana both have official state donuts. What are they? 1 point each. The only 2 states of the union that have official state donuts. And a donut doesn't have to have a hole. That's all I'll say. In fact, neither of these have a hole. Unholed donuts. 2-pointer, Massachusetts and Louisiana both have official state donuts. What are they called? By which name are they referred? I'm trying to get my grammar better. They are what is the incorrect grammar? Yes, beignet is correct. The other one, of course. Okay, everyone got one of them, I feel like. Boston cream would be the other one. Boston being in Massachusetts, the Boston cream. And the beignet. Give yourself, I think everybody. Ooh, Emily got them both. Good work. Spelling doesn't count. That's how you spell it, though. But it doesn't count. Question 7. Princess, Bubbles, Piccadilly Attic, Valentino, Brownie, and Iggy are all the official names for the most expensive versions of what? This is a bit of a tough one. These are names given by the company of the most expensive to this day as of me Googling last week. The most expensive versions of what? That's all I'll give you. When you see it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah. But all these things have official names, although children may have given them different names as they grew up. 2-1. Hope you kept the tag on. Marissa did. Pop's a good guess, but actually, it is Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies is correct. As in Princess being the Princess Di one, famously very expensive. Question 8. In 1846, the Penny Dreadful story, A String of Pearls, marked the literary debut of what character, later expanded upon by Stephen Sondheim? 35 seconds. Any big Penny Dreadful fans out there? Not the show. The Victorian era murder novels. No? Yes? No? Just like the last part will help you with the first part. Stephen Sondheim. If you don't know who that is, well, you're playing the wrong trivia, let's be honest. I feel you, Joanna, I feel you. Even now I'm at your window. It's Sweeney Todd, everybody. Yay. Matt was free. My version of it. The song Joanna. Buried sweetly in your yellow hair. Made famous by Andy Bernard. Question 9. What is the name for the diamond made famous in the movie Titanic and later Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again? What's the name of that diamond, remember? Went down and I got it for you. I know, right? Annoying question. But thank you, Emily. What is the name for the diamond in Titanic? That's an easier way to say this. But remember Britney Spears? I wrote this question because I listened to all of Oops, I Did It Again recently and forgot about the middle section where her astronaut slash Jacques Cousteau diver went and got the diamond for her. You remember. QVC remembers. Yeah, Larry remembers on a bit of a roll. Everybody remembers. It's called the Heart of the Ocean. The Heart of the Ocean. Indeed. Ended up there. Question 10. The West Bank region in the Middle East lies on the west bank of what river? What river? I just really wanted to word this confusingly. When you talk about the West Bank, disputed territory, technically Israel. We don't need to get into that in 25 seconds. But the West Bank is on the west bank of what river? Don't get it twisted with gauche and droite in Paris, which refers to the left and right banks of the Seine River. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm wondering what river is basically the border of Israel. Any Michael Jackson fans in here? Yep, QVC is. It's the Jordan River. Such a good song. A shame about the artist. The River Jordan, everyone. Jesus baptized there. Perhaps you remember. If you don't worry about it. You don't have to. That's one round down, everybody. Let's take 3 minutes. Let's stretch our legs. Let's have a good time. So glad to have you back. Good turnout. Good to see everybody. Away we go. Let's move right into the next round. Welcome back, everybody. Question numero 11. In Western wedding culture, the groom's family is typically expected to pay for what part of the ceremony? I am on my way to Showbix. I'm a Showbix celebrity. It's not a part of the ceremony. I'm sorry. What event? Just to make it easier on you. Yeah, it's good news, Emily. 8, you're doing great. We're working on going back into showbiz. The play is coming back. Very exciting. In Western wedding culture, traditionally, with the large traditionally caveat, the groom's family is typically expected to pay for what event? 2-1, show 'em. Yep. QVC, good guess. That's the bride's family. The groom's family usually does the rehearsal dinner prior to the event. Question 12. No need to know that if you're not married. The lowest combined score in NBA history was 19-17. That doesn't matter about the teams. They're both not around. It was some kind of Missouri team. To avoid anything that boring again, they implemented what invention shortly after? 35 seconds. What was invented to stop NBA games from ending 19-17? Emily, you have good internet again, so no more excuses. Is this ASMR? Does this count? Anybody into it? The lowest combined score in NBA history was 19-17. To avoid anything that boring again, what was invented? Matt eats an M&M. Ooh, ASMR is gross. Yep. Yes, indeed. QVC with the number. Give yourself an extra half point, QVC. It is the 24-second shot clock, or the shot clock, or, a kitchen timer. Question 13. Which Benedictine monk was responsible for developing the method to cork champagne bottles during fermentation? Maybe you've heard of him. Think through all the monks you know. Hey-oh. Emily, give yourself a half point for the play clock, even though that's football. It's a clock that measures how long things should take. Which Benedictine monk was responsible for developing the method to cork champagne bottles during fermentation? First got to figure it out. This thing's got bubbles. What am I supposed to do? I guess build it this way, cork. That might work. Yeah, QVC gets it. Johnny, we can't say that. It's a children's show. Jimmy Brute. It's actually Dom Perignon. That guy, remember? Yeah. Oh, we're getting a lot of O's here at Trivia Ronin Central. Dom Perignon, good work, QVC. Question 14. Before a push towards more hybrid vehicles, taxis in New York were overwhelmingly what model Ford? You know what they look like. It's got a name. It's 2 words. It's 2 words, the answer to this question. You know, I'm feeling generous. It's been so long, I've missed everybody. My laptop doesn't run this software. Gotta get a new one, I guess. They were what model Ford, and a lot of cop cars are the same model Ford from that time. Good guess. Over here, anybody on Twitch? It's a tough one. Larry got it. The Ford Crown Victoria. A Ford Crown Vic was the car of choice. Now it's, I believe, the long Prius, like the long version Prius, and Ford Escapes are the big ones. Question 15. One of the most famous concert documentaries of all time, Stop Making Sense, centered on what band? What band was featured in the concert documentary Stop Making Sense? Doug and I spend a lot of time in police cars. Thank you, QVC. Especially when I just had a mustache. I mean, why do you think I cut off all my hair? One of the most famous concert documentaries of all time is called Stop Making Sense. Centered on what band? This ain't no something. This ain't no disco. This ain't... Spinal Tap is an excellent guess and know your host. However, it is... Once in a lifetime, I wanna flowing under... It's a good one. Talking Heads. If you want to see someone dance weird, David Byrne's your guy. Question 16. If your last name is Chandler, at some point you had a male ancestor who probably did what for a living? This one's tough. Coopers make barrels. If you're a Cooper. Yes, QVC. Obviously, all friends jokes go here. That's why I wrote the question. This is one of those, though, you're going to be like, oh. But yes, married Monica. If your last name's Butcher, guess what you did? Same thing with Baker. But oddly enough, if you're a butcher, you're a butcher. If you're a baker, you're a baker. But if you're a candlestick maker, you're a chandler. You made candles. You made candles. That's what Chandlers did. Good work, board. Hey, look, everybody knows their last name trivia. Good work. Question 17. If you're McNelly, you're just son of Nelly. The American Lung Association was originally founded in 1904 to fight what disease? 35 seconds. We said there's too much of this crap going around. Emily, take that question mark away. You got it. Candle maker. Just like the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, like a little old lady who lived in a shoe. I don't think Twitch can shut me down now for singing hip-hop. I think that's a new thing. The American Lung Association was originally founded in 1904 to fight what disease? Three, two. Jimmy Polecat coming in big. If you're from 1904, you probably said consumption, but if you're from now, you probably said tuberculosis. Both are correct. Tuberculosis, aka consumption. And guess what? Fixed it. Good job, American Lung Association. Question 18. What country does the airline Aeroflot call home? Pneumonia is a good guess. Pneumonia is the other guess. Honestly, I like to write questions that really have two answers, but only one is correct. What country is Aeroflot from? It's a great name. The vibe of the name speaks to the country. Gonna lose some friends on this one. What country does the carrier Aeroflot? Where is it based? 2-1. Say it's not BOAC. That was the old USSR airline, but now this airline's from Russia. BOAC became Aeroflot, I guess. I don't know. I'll say that. if you know your Beatles songs. Question 19, I know James does. We don't call countries first, second, or third world anymore. That's dated. But originally, what did second world nations refer to? 35 seconds. There's first world, there's second world, there's third world. Your hint is first world countries were like the US and the UK, things of that nature. Take that off your plate. Now we say developing nations, by the way, instead of third world. Although, really, who's developing nowadays, am I right? Developing into the oceans, am I right? Global warming, brutal. Of course, the answer was... Ooh, no bomb is a really good guess. It's a very, very good guess. But actually, first world nations were capitalist and second world nations were the communist bloc at the time, or communist countries, yada, yada, yada. If you said anything with commie in it, give yourself a point. Question 20. Before getting its own theme song, what TV show used Rock Around the Clock under its opening credits? Season 1 of this show. 1, 2, 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on and something, something, and something, something, and something else. Everybody put a fist on the jukebox if you think you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, happy days. It's happy days. Da 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 da. I feel like I've sung every song incorrectly tonight, which is kind of great. Happy days, everybody. Happy days are here again because round 2's done. Congratulations. Well done, Emily. Well done, QVC. That's 2 rounds down. You know what time it is. It's Wayla time. When we come back, in the meantime, the time right now is, of course, the back in 3 minutes time. See you in 3 minutes. Bye-bye. Disney princesses, things you can stick up your ass that are nutritious, and Black history.
Hey there, welcome to Trivia Ronin.
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 I'm your host, Douglas Larlam, and I'm not wearing pants.
As of August 2019, what is the top grossing film to hold an MPAA rating of G?
It's gonna be a nice, quiet, intimate show.
She murders deaf children right after they get cochlear implants.
Don't ever forget I can kill people I think about.
We make up for it by being less creepy than Drew Carey.
Shit's going down on Twitch.
It's like 4 dementia movies. I wanted to watch them, but I forgot. Remember movies in theaters when they made money? That was the thing.
I'll make love to you.
Am I supposed to? Wait.
Saturday night and you're on Twitch during a pandemic. If you're not drinking, you're doing it wrong.
It's a cat toy on a reusable straw.
Fuck with that algorithm.
This is Doug's tie, by the way.
You almost don't need a gunshot to die.
Doug, you think we'll get a lawsuit out of this one?
I don't care.
Don't fuck this up, McNelly.
If you guys were as fucking dumb, I'd be better at this as a host.
It was Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. That came out in 2019. When was that? Oh, round 3, Wayla round. You guys know the drill. This little curtain. Oh, thank you. My assistant James has closed the door for me. Wayla, 10 questions, no theme. We're just having a good time. Without further ado, let's go into it. Question number 1 is this. Obviously, this is a parrot, but it's a type of parrot. Native to the tropics. What's that name of the type of this? It is in the parrot family. But all these colorful tropical ones are usually under an umbrella. QVC, I will give you 1 whole Shiba Inu for every correct answer. No problem. Anytime. No Bitcoins, but Shiba Inus are fine with me. 3, 2, and great animals. Fruitius, Lupius, yes, Ooh, toucan's a good guess. Toucan's got the big old beak, though. This is a macaw. Well done. Macaw, good work, board gamer. Yeah. That's what a macaw is. Or they're like green or blue, but this is a typical macaw. Macaw, I hardly know her. That's not good. What does this thing do? 35 seconds. Here's your Zoomer question. Age test. What does this thing do? People still use this. I didn't write the answers this week, guys. I'm so sorry. Slipped my mind. I forgot all the fun stuff I've been doing lately. What does this thing do? 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Show 'em. Yes, Board Gamer is correct. The official name for this device is a staple removing thingy. Staple remover. Pac-Man. Or Pac-Man in hands. This is a still shot from a very popular horror franchise. What is that franchise? 35 seconds. These two are in every single one of them. God bless. God bless them. There's one. There's two. There's one about a religious figure. There's one about a doll. There's one about there's one about a child possessed by the devil. I'm a bit embarrassed of Larry right now, but Board Gamer got it. Yes, indeed. Of course, it is The Conjuring, of which we in our house have watched every single one. The Conjuring is the name of it. Who's this handsome gentleman? 35 seconds. I tried to get a more... It's funny. The internet is like purged. So this guy is famously unkempt lately, although I would argue still looks great. But there's really like no photos, at least on Bing, our preferred search engine. But what's this gentleman's name? First and last, please. Two, one. Of course, host of The Daily Show. His name is Jon Stewart Jr., Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah. Oh, this is a skyline. I almost forgot what this was. This is a very major city's skyline. What city is it? This is tough. This is very, very tough. This is the skyline of a major world city. Major. But funny enough, like, not really. I'll get out of the way. You can see this other building, if that helps you. I put this question because I was like, what does the skyline of this city look like, and why don't we know what it looks like? You're about to know. 2, 1. Show them. Anybody know? Good guess. Taipei's got a big old building. Taipei and Toronto look the same. It's not Hong Kong. This is Tokyo. This is Tokyo, Japan. That's what's called the Tokyo Tower. It's like the main landmark of Tokyo. This is what Tokyo looks like. There you go. Just a bunch. I think when you're a city that big, it just turns into a bunch of buildings. Oh, what show is this from? Throwback. 35 seconds. This is a Nickelodeon program from my youth. Well, like kind of after my youth, but I still watched it because it was good. Singapore's a good way. Lost Wages. Well done, QVC. I know, good guess also because it could just be the fake Eiffel Tower. But they built the Tokyo Tower to look like the Eiffel Tower because that's what people do. I know. Nobody knew what Tokyo looks like. It's crazy. You show the New York skyline, everybody knows. London, there's a big old clock in the middle of it. Tokyo, just a bunch of buildings. Yes, indeed. Show 'em. Oh, sorry to my Canadians may still know this. I'm not sure if we got Nick up north, but it is the wild thornberries. They're called the wild thornberries. Just a family. I know. Don't worry about it, board gamer. I'm sure you've seen it. Famous logo for what rock group? Easy one. So rock band uses this logo for a lot of stuff. For a long time. One album cover. One tour cover also. What band am I talking about? I know, it's the Rugrats guy, Emily, but it's not Rugrats. Don't worry about it. It's the Rugrats Real Monsters. Same animators. 2, 1. Yes, indeed, of course. I can't get no answers to this one. It's the Rolling Stones. Kiss, a good guess. Very good guess, but it's not. It's Rolling Stones. Boom, who's this guy? What's his name? You might know him as Duncan Idaho in the upcoming Dune movie. That's not why you know him, but he is playing a character named Duncan Idaho. Also, if you didn't know, Dune has a character named Duncan Idaho in it. Now you do. Thing you didn't think you needed to know. Handsome chap. Sorry, ladies, he's taken, although he has an arrangement. So, don't worry about it. You could still bang if you wanted to, and it was consenting. Jason Momoa. This is Jason Momoa. Boom! I just bought a new car today, and it wasn't this. What type of car is this? It's made by the people of Chrysler. An iconically stupid-looking automobile. I need the model. I gave you the make. Now I need the model. If you can squint, you can get the answer. The answer's on the photo. But it's probably too small for you. That's what she said. This is a Chrysler. Two, 1. Show 'em. Anybody know? It is the PT Cruiser. This is what a PT Cruiser looks like. Chrysler PT Cruiser. I know it looks like a Jeep, but it is not. It is a much worse car. Michael Scott drove it for a season, if that helps. This is a logo for we'll say Vidja Game. It's for a Vidja Game device. What is that? This is the original logo. Roasted. Your mom, brutal. That's good though. That's good. This is not my mom's logo, but could be. What Vidja Game console is this the logo for? Yes, indeed. It's a big X. So a good guess would be Xbox. And that would be a correct guess because it's for an Xbox. And then this is a macaw again. Hello, we did it, everybody. We made it through Wayla. 30 questions down. I think it's like 32 points total. Put your scores in the chat if you're so inclined. If not, don't worry about it. We got 3 minutes when we come back. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. I'm seeing 23, I think, or 32. Could go either way. Yeah, nailing it. Whatever it is, Larry's killing it. See you in 3 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. Hang on. Yes, cat. Okay, now I mean it. Bye. We were just talking about cat balls over here. No big deal. Pretty standard. Like I said before, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with us. While I'm telling this story, for those of you who are here, thank you, James. Anyone who's here, put in the chat if there is a better night or a different night that works for you for trivia, or an additional night where you miss it, any of that stuff. I'm quitting my bar job, so I will have nights free. So maybe we'll do 2 a week or something. I don't know. We might get crazy. We might do something special on a different night. Friday night says QVC. Great. So me instead of Doug. I totally understand that impulse. But again, anytime except when Doug does it, let me know. Also, in local news, we're working out a way to do some live trivia at the bar that I will be working at less. It's called Elbow Room in Hollywood. We're talking about Tuesday nights. Once that becomes finalized and I figure out how the heck to do it technology-wise, I will let anyone know. I know Chris has expressed interest. He texted me the other day, excited. Emily, I would love to have you. We're going to do it in person because, damn it, it's time. It's time, COVID. So that's my only point of order, really. Otherwise, let's just tell a story. So it's October. Emily says whenever. God bless. It's October. Spooky season is upon us. Ooh. So we're gonna tell spooky stories for the month, I think. I'm just gonna look up spooky stories and then tell them to you. So here's the first one. We're back. Wednesday Trivia's back after a long time. Again, my apologies. Chicago, blah, blah, blah. I got tired. But tonight, what I want to do with these spooky stories is give us Tuesday. Yeah, I will tell you, Emily, for sure. I want to tell us scary stories, and I want us to learn, and I want it to be in a situation that's not about climate change. I feel like that's the only time you can both be scared and learn something. This time, let's be scared about something else. We're going to talk about Halloween traditions tonight, obviously. Let's get into it. For those of you who know or don't know, Halloween, of course, comes from a bunch of, like all holidays, comes from a mishmash of pagan traditions, and specifically for Halloween, Celtic druid rites that happened back in the day. It's mostly like Celtic and druid things, especially pertaining to a holiday called Samhain. Now, Samhain, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. If you are a druid on this call, I apologize to you. I'm going to call it Samhain. Samhain traditionally occurred at the midpoint between the fall solstice or the fall equinox and the winter solstice, or the equinox of that equinox, essentially. That's what Samhain was. At that time, what would happen is villagers in old-timey Ireland would let their hearth fires burn out during the day while they went and harvested until the wee hours of the morning. And then once the harvest was in, the druid chieftains, priests, whatever you want to say, would start a large communal fire, traditionally using a large metal wheel that would spark on rocks and build a fire in the middle of the community, and then everybody would gather around the fire, come out, have a bit like celebratory revels. They would sacrifice livestock to the gods. Usually it was a cow to the harvest gods or whatnot. And then also they would drink to excess for about 3 days straight because, again, this is Ireland. So it was a 3-day festival. They'd have a good time. Everyone was expected to come out. It was a big, like, you had to sort of present yourself to the chieftains around so they knew who was there, essentially without having to pay taxes. This was just the time to be like, hey, Shirley's still alive? Awesome. Great. Good to see you, Shirley. Let's get drunk. And they all had a good time. So Samhain seems like a ball. They'd have a lot of fun. They would also, they had like strict limits on violence at these festivals. No one could fight anyone. The generals of the various clans, the like army chieftains would come out and be like, hey, we're the toughest dudes and we're not fighting, so nobody else can fight. Seems like fun. And then during these festivals, they would tell stories, of course. Stories about cautionary tales about historical figures, yada, yada, yada. There's some good ones that I'll probably save for later ones because I think we're going to mine this for more info. But I'll tell you a story tonight. A cautionary tale that they would tell about this guy, this sort of roustabout general con man. He was a blacksmith by trade, but otherwise he was sort of a drunk and sort of a dude who hated other people. He would, mock beggars on the street and just be you know what? In the words of the late, great Norm Macdonald, this guy was a real jerk, okay? This guy was a total jerk. So bad that the Lord of Darkness himself, Satan, heard about it, and he goes, I got to meet this guy. I'm coming up to Earth. I got to meet this dude. So he comes up to Earth in the form of a dead body, which I guess was a thing back then. Satan comes to Earth, to Ireland, to encounter our blacksmith. He's a dead body in the middle of the road. The blacksmith walks up upon him, looks down, and goes, and sees this creepy smile on the dead body's face, and is like, that's the devil. I bet. Better watch out. So he goes, hey, are you the devil? The devil gets up and goes, you caught me. I'm here to take you down to hell. And he goes, that's fine. I get it. I was a real piece of shit. Am a real piece of shit. But do me a favor. Let's go to the pub. Let's go down the pub. Let's get one last drink, and then I'll come to hell with you, no problem. Satan goes, you know what? I got all the time in the world. Let's do it. So the devil and the blacksmith go to the local pub. They drink beers. They drink a lot of beers. They drink so much that they drink the pub out of all their stock of alcohol. And then the bartender comes up and says, who's paying? And our guy says, geez, my wallet's in my other pants. You got any money? And the devil says, dude, come on, man. You're not using it. You're going to hell. And he goes, come on. You're the devil. Here's an idea. Why don't you can transform into anything. You're the Lord of Lies. You're the Prince of Darkness. You can transform into anything. Why don't you turn yourself into a silver coin and we'll pay for these beers with the coin and then you just change back and we'll run on out of here. And the devil goes, great idea. He's drunk. This isn't a good idea, devil, but he's been drinking. Devil turns into a coin. Our blacksmith takes the coin, goes, yoink, puts it in his pocket. In his pocket is also a crucifix. So the devil is stuck in his pocket because everybody knows devil law says he can't do anything when there's a crucifix next to him. So the devil's stuck as a coin in his pocket. And he goes, all right, man, you tricked me. What do you want? Just let me change back. And he goes, all right, leave me alone for 10 years. I'll let you change back. I'll take the cross out. Fine. Devil says, okay. Bam. We're out. We go our merry way. Our guy proceeds to be an asshole for 10 more years. 10 years later, Satan's here to collect. Okay. Totally. I get it. 10 years are up. Blacksmith goes, for sure, let's head on down. We're heading on down. But you know what? I'm a little peckish. Can we stop at this apple tree right over here? Do you mind? Satan goes, no worries. I'm pretty good with apples. Wink. Don't worry about it. Let's do it. So they stop by the apple tree. He goes, can you get that one high up? You know, I'm not so tall. Satan reaches up. While he's up there, our guy chisels 4 crucifixes into the apple tree and somehow traps Satan in this apple tree. Satan's got to learn. So Satan goes, crap. All right, you did it again. What do you want? The guy goes, you know what? Here's what I want. I can never go to hell. I'm not going with you. Say you'll never take me to hell. That's the deal we're making. So there. Satan goes, fine, let me free. He does. He's out. Our guy lives another 10 or so years. Classic drunk ding-dong, but he ends up dying eventually. All men must die, Valor Morgulis. Goes up to St. Peter. St. Peter says, that's a good one. No fucking way. You're going down, bud. So sends him straight down. Our blacksmith goes down. He says, Satan, baby, what's going on? I'm down here finally. Bygones be bygones. Satan says, hell to the no. You are going to stay where you were. You can't get into hell. You can't get into heaven. So what happens when you can't get into either one? You got to wander the earth like some kind of jackass and go around looking around for things in the darkness. Apparently, when you're stuck on earth, it's all dark. You're a shade, as they say. So he goes, all right, it's going to be super dark, though. Can I take a little bit? You got a lot of fire lying around. Can I take some with me? Satan goes, sure. Gives him a hot coal. Goes, this thing's hot. He puts it in something so he can wander around. My question, still wandering to this day, by the way. My question with 35 seconds is, what's the first name of this guy? 35 seconds on the clock. What's the first name of the blacksmith jagoff I'm telling you about? The man who could not go to hell or heaven. Ever. This is like a Celtic story from time immemorial. Boo. It's from the neighbors. 2-1, show 'em. Yeah, of course. Larry got it. This one's a pretty obvious one. Emily, I'm sure you got it. I'm sure everybody got it. Because he took the hot coal and then he put it in a gourd and he cut holes in the gourd so he could see. And so they called him of the Lantern or Jack of the Lantern, which eventually turned into Jack-o'-lantern. The man's full name, Stingy Jack. Because he wouldn't pay for his beers, he made the devil pay for him. Jack is the name. Good work, everybody. Look, guys, Halloween season, we had to start with Jack-o'-lantern. Let's be honest. That's the story of Jack-o'-lantern. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we all learned something. That's going to do it for tonight. For those of us here at Trivia Ronin, We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's been a month. We appreciate you helping us grow this experience. Live shows coming soon. Watch this space. Potentially a second show. QVC, thank you so much. Larry says thank you, or Jimmy Polecat, as you know him on that chat, is the big winner tonight. For all of us at Trivia Ronin, my name is Matt McNelly saying don't be shitty, don't get spooked, and we'll see you next week. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.